tell you what, we need an intro though. Was my manager listened to this and he was like, you need like some sort of introduction, like a theme song or something like to come into it.
We should get the boys to write us one.
Yeah, I was thinking about either that or Q.
Oh yeah, Q.
Get Q to like
to rap
a little intro, innit?
We got to be in it. Like, I can't just fucking someone else do it and not.
No, but like I don't know, like it don't have to be like something massive. It could just be something like just like 10 seconds or 15
we
seconds.
can do the beatboxing in the background.
Can you beatbox?
No, but if there was two of us, we'd be able to beatbox. Like, if I go...
I can see this would go down.
No, I'll do one thing and then you do something over the top of it. So if I just go like... do something over the top of it.
I don't even know what to like. What
Anything. Two things just sound good.
No, that's not.
That's not a beat, is it? I don't even know what like.
I
don't know if it.
That's not our intro. I'm sorry.
It'd be hard to like kind of think of an intro. I don't even think it have to be a beatbox. It could be like a little tune going into it.
No, you gotta do a beatbox.
You think you got to do a beatbox? I don't think you have to do a beatbox. You could do like a little like song going into it.
Yeah. Sean just really wants the beatbox.
Yeah, Sean just.
We could get a good tune going if we was me and you. Trust me.
We can just do a different
No,
theme every
do you know
week.
what? Because he would beatbox, and I wouldn't do it because I would just piss myself seeing him beatbox. I wouldn't be able to do it.
No, I can beatbox and Q can.
Rap.
I can beatbox. Q can rap. The boys can sing, and then you can just jack off.
Yeah, so we do all that, and then all you hear is at the end, isn't it? As you like 5, 4, and then just like that, and then you just
Wait, what is that? What's
like just just fucking.
is that your like
Not sure.
ejaculation sound?
Yeah, that's what that's the noise it makes. Isn't it?
Oh.
It just only happens for like
You're a bit rusty.
Yeah.
of course, yeah. Very rusty.
Rusty penis.
So, well, we need to welcome back Georgia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again.
She's been absent. We hired her again.
Wait, was it two
Two episodes.
The last two we done without you?
Yeah, they were probably the best ones as well.
Yeah.
Was that the drunk one?
No, so we did.
I haven't uploaded that actually.
So, the school we were talking about.
Yeah, school. Yeah.
Like last week, and then I don't know what the 1 week before was. No
It
idea.
was last week's one. No. It was.
No, 'cause you missed 2 weeks, didn't you?
No,
I
I
was
think
here the week before.
no, and then she missed the week before that.
Yeah, it was the week
It's
before.
like on off on off.
Oh,
That's what we get with you,
part-time.
Georgia.
Yes,
Fucking
part-time.
on off, 50-50.
It's part time.
You know.
You're not committed enough. I think we might need to fire you.
Again. I'm the only one that applies.
Oh yeah, we've got loads of offers.
That's what you think. Trust me.
Yeah. You know.
Well then, I'll just leave now.
So you feeling better?
Yeah, I am feeling better.
How's your what you been doing the last couple of weeks then?
Working, being ill, watching Netflix.
What have you been watching on Netflix?
What have I been watching on Netflix? RuPaul's Drag Race.
What's that?
Free pole drag race.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
RuPaul's drag race.
RuPaul.
What the fuck are you saying? RuPaul.
RuPaul.
Can you spell it?
Are you?
Yeah.
Paul.
RuPaul. How do you say it?
RuPaul.
It sounds like Rude Paul, like she's saying.
I have no idea. RuPaul.
Okay, what's it about?
Drag queens.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah, I saw something about that last night. To be fair, looks fucking ridiculous.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
RuPaul's.
Let's see. Okay, is it good?
Yeah.
So it's just about drag queens,
Yeah, it's
right?
about like you get like 14 people. It's like America's Next Top Model, but for drag queens.
And it's good.
Yeah.
Wow, is that what you've been doing while you were ill?
You,
Well, that
you
sounds so-
literally just watch the craziest shit on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, you
The
watch
the
silly stuff,
strangest programs
Just
ever
watching
you'll
these
watch on
men
that.
dress as women be super bitchy to each other.
That literally sounds like the complete opposite of what I'd be like. It just sounds like crap.
What was that thing you were watching when I stayed round at the boys before I moved in here? It was like it was comedy, but it wasn't comedy. You thought it was funny. It was about someone that would like shit themselves at school. It was about it was like poo, wasn't it?
What?
Someone was like making everyone else shit themselves.
Oh, that was a mockumentary though.
A mockumentary, yeah. It was the worst mockumentary I've ever seen. She was loving it.
A mockumentary?
Yeah, so you know,
Yeah.
like The Office. So
Yeah.
David Brent, it was like a documentary about him, and it was meant to be like realistic, like the
Oh, and they
camera
just
crew
take
would
the
come
piss,
in,
right.
but they're taking the piss out of
Right.
normal documentaries.
Yeah, so
That's
it
what it
was this
was.
like kid who got accused of like putting laxative in the school food, and then everyone got like the shits and was shitting all over the school.
Like primary school or secondary? What?
Secondary, like American high school,
Yeah,
That
but
actually sounds joking.
yeah, no, but it was like how many episodes was it? A series?
like 10.
It's a 10-episode series about
Just
trying to
kids shit
find someone
themselves.
that was putting laxatives to make people shit themselves.
So they were trying to find the person. Put like,
Yeah,
Did
For
they find
10
after 10 episodes? And how many?
episodes.
How long were each episode?
like 45 minutes.
Fuck! What?
I didn't know how she was doing it. I don't know how it was even on Netflix.
You do watch some wacky stuff, you know.
It
Wacky
was so
stuff.
crazy. It was so stupid.
So you've been watching this, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
It's this drag queen thing.
yeah,
So how, like, any good there?
yeah. So we've got like so many bitchy characters. We just started season 6.
6.
Yeah,
Fucking
And
hell.
how many episodes are in a season?
like 12.
And they're like
What, you
40
started
minutes
from
long?
season 1?
No, I started from season 3.
Okay.
Fucking hell, she's ruthless, isn't she? Holy shit.
So you were like, fuck the
No,
first
because I
guy.
watched season 2 like a year ago.
Is it not always just the same thing after one
different
after the
people.
other? They all look the
And
same though.
it's a
those
reality show, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Geordie Shore, but just drag.
No, but it's like
No, America's Top Model.
Oh, okay, right.
They're competing to be like the best models, so they got to
The
have
best
like
drag
different
queen.
looks and stuff,
Yeah, so they have to have like
outfits,
different
styles.
eccentric outfits, acting skills, singing skills, lip syncing skills,
That just don't sound like a cup of
Dick
tea.
sucking skills.
dick sucking skills, plenty of that.
So you've been watching Sean?
Sean's in it.
Yeah, Sean's on the drag
Yeah, I'm one of
queens, innit? Oh yeah, I'm doing nutrition today. Fucking drag queen over here, innit?
Well, I guess that's not in fucking England.
No, it's
No.
in.
We don't really have
Actually,
drag.
California.
We don't have
not
drag queens
Sandford.
here, do we? I don't think.
Yeah, you do.
Never seen a drag
Have you
queen
ever
show.
been to Heaven?
Yeah, actually, I've seen a few.
What, Heaven in
Heaven
Liverpool?
Yeah.
It's drag queens, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh mate, there's like the shop people are like drag queens, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a gay bar.
Yeah, Heaven. You know the place that
I don't think I've been there.
So when Popwell finished work, a lot of them go to Heaven after work, and that's
Yeah.
where it's a gay bar. Like they shut, like everyone's just off their nut, and you just get all like drag queens like giving out shots and shit. Like it's fucking nuts.
You
And
been?
there's drag queen
Yeah, I've
shows
been-
about Liverpool.
I've been
As well.
twice, I think.
When I went to Belfast Superstar, there was a drag queen. Same thing the night.
Oh, it's my favourite club, isn't it? It's great, but that show sounds shit. Like,
It was just not something you'd watch.
yeah, I tell you what, I finished The Umbrella Academy.
I've been meaning.
Yeah.
That show
Go
is
with
fucking sick, innit? It's like it's so random. Like these 43 mothers, like randomly get pregnant and then they have the baby within a day, and like these 43 kids have superpowers, and this old Russian guy, like tries to find 7 of them and buys them, like sorts out like the mom, like pays her off or whatever, and brings the kids in, and like he grows them up to be the Umbrella Academy, and it's like them 7 like fight like villains, like robbers and stuff, and kill them and whatever, and then it's like 13 or 17 years later from when they were kids, the Russian guy dies, so they all come back for the funeral and they all got separate lives and stuff,
Yeah.
but like one of them can time travel. So like he comes back in time, like he disappeared ages ago. They thought he was dead, and he comes back in time and says the world's gonna end in like 8 days. It's really good, you know, because like the superpowers ain't even like mainstream, if you know what I mean. They're like really weird powers. Like one of them is like a rumor one. So it's like this girl was like, I heard a rumor that you shot your friend or something, and then they'll shoot their friend.
Oh.
Like it's really weird powers, like spooky, like it's really good though. Like that, at first the first episode's a bit dodgy, like ropey, and then it gets sick.
Ropey.
I would recommend you try it though. It's really good.
What about you, Sean? What have you been watching?
Absolutely nothing.
No TV, nothing. No.
No, if I ever go on there, I just play UFC 3. Have I watched anything? No.
Any movies? Anything?
I haven't watched a movie in time. I watched
Well, he only watches like 2-3 movies,
Yeah,
don't he?
Wreck-It
Wreck-It
Ralph
Ralph,
and
Prisoners.
Wreck-It Ralph 2.
And not the first one, no.
Yeah, but 2 separate movies, mate.
Okay, they're 3 movies then. They're both
Oh, I
Wreck-It
see,
Ralphs
yeah.
and Prisoners.
Yeah,
Wow. Cool. At least you know what you're getting, though.
exactly. What else I watched on TV? I watched an episode of Celebs Go Dating, actually. That's on.
Celebs got who? So who was on there?
It's like people off Love Island.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Georgia
fucking
from
hell.
Love Island's on it.
Yeah, she's so fit. She's like a small brunette. That's why I watched it.
What, just for her?
Do you know she
Basically.
went to Pop World in Liverpool?
Really?
Yeah.
When?
I think I've seen that picture somewhere.
Yeah, she started a few months ago after Love Island.
Really?
Yeah.
They went what? On their tour? She went to Pop World.
No, she just went.
No, she just went.
Oh, she just went casually. She went like a guest.
She was in like the VIP bit, wasn't
Yeah.
she? Yeah. I think I've seen something about that.
What VIP bit?
You know, like in the corner where it's like the VIP. You can't sit in there unless it's like, because it's like it's got the poles and like the rope and stuff.
Oh. Yeah, she's banging.
I've never even seen her.
She's
To be fair.
loyal.
Loyal.
Where's she from?
Yeah, where is she? It's up north.
Yeah, I think she is.
It's like Burnley. It sounds like something like that.
Did you see the Game of Thrones trailer? It came out like
Yes,
2 days ago.
yes.
No.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones trailer. Like they have like a 2-minute one. Yeah, like it don't really show much. It's kind of like
Yeah, it doesn't show much.
Like-
It just looks good.
yeah,
It's like 39 days.
it's like April 14th, I believe. So that's like just over a month.
Yeah, like 39 days.
I was talking about it at work with like the people that watch it at work, and I tell you what, right? I made this bet with one of my mates, Lewis. He'll probably hear this because he listens to this. He bet 5 with like a few of us. He thinks Littlefinger's still alive, isn't it?
Littlefinger.
Yeah.
No.
Who's that?
That's literally what I said. I was like, "There's bollocks," and he's like, "No," and like he thinks he's.
How did
alive.
Littlefinger die?
He got sliced by Arya. Like him and Sansa like sentenced him.
Littlefinger was the one that went round everywhere. It was like meant to be. He was like he went to all the different places, didn't he? And he was like the news.
He's the one
He was a news person, wasn't he?
He was the one that pretty much started the war between Ned Stark and.
Yeah, because
He was always the one with news, though, wasn't he?
with news.
Like, when
He's
he
the
just-
one that pushed the auntie down the hole. You know the big hole that like from the clouds or whatever.
Yeah, the guy with brown hair, like.
Yeah, moustache, like.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
his role is like just he's kind of like a peacemaker between all of them, isn't
No,
he?
he's
No,
not.
he's a war
He's a
fighter.
war fucking.
No, what he's meant to be doing is he goes round like all the places, doesn't he? And he sees all the different groups.
I
Oh,
don't
no,
know.
he was in King's
He doesn't
Landing
just
for
stay in
ages,
King's
and
Landing.
then he went up to
The Vale, innit?
the field, married
The auntie.
Yeah, the auntie, and then he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and then she got pushed out. So then he's like taken over there till Robin's old enough,
Yeah.
and then
But but yeah, sorry, go on.
and then he went to Winterfell, and then he got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lewis thinks he's still alive, isn't it? And he sent me these theories that I didn't watch. I was like,
Some of the theories for
didn't-
Game of Thrones are mad.
I was just like, I can't fathom that he's still alive.
The
Like,
only-
but he's bet like a 4 or 5 of us, like a 5 each. That he's adamant he's still alive. Like I've never seen someone so confident about something, and he's bet a 5 of all of us.
Maybe he is. Who knows?
No, but how though? Like
I
he
know.
said something. About it's to do with the faces, like you know the no face whatever with Iron. You know that guy.
Yeah.
It's to do with that.
It could be actually. But
Yeah,
who
but where
knows?
would? But the thing is, there's so much to happen. Like, how the fuck are you gonna fit that in?
The only thing that makes sense, or like it might not be exactly true, but there's some relation, is obviously the guy, the little cunt kid that can see into the future, or like his
Bran?
Bran. Fuck off. His like chain that he wears around his neck with the little. It's got something on his necklace, isn't he?
Does he have a necklace?
I didn't even know he had a necklace.
Huh?
I don't know what you've been watching. When did?
Mate, it's like the biggest fucking conspiracy out of the lot of them. What's it? Bran.
No, the biggest conspiracy is Bran being the Night King. That's the
Yeah,
biggest
yeah,
conspiracy
yeah,
I've
yeah,
heard. Yeah. But what are you on about a necklace?
Because that's why people think he's the Night King, isn't it? Is it his necklace? I haven't watched it in ages.
What necklace are you on about?
This.
What?
What?
This thing,
What the fuck are you going on about?
yes, there. Bran wears a necklace, mate, and it's
like a brooch or something. Not
yeah, on his necklace.
Okay, it kind of looks
So,
similar shape.
what's that guy's name? The crazy one.
The
Night King has the same thing around his neck that Bran does, literally exact same shape. It's the
they're
same
different
fucking thing.
sizes.
There's definitely like a connection between them.
There's a connection there for sure.
Because they touched each other in the whatever world that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But people think that's him, but I think that this guy just kills him and then takes this thing. Yeah. I wonder. It's not a necklace. Yeah, it's strange.
It's like part of his armor.
Yeah, like holds their armor together or something.
But if it's part of the armor and Bran's also got it, then there's definitely
Yeah, like click on that picture. See, it's not even there.
It's not there on that one. Yeah, that's so strange.
I think that one's grasping at straws.
Yeah, you kind
No,
of.
that was the main conspiracy of them all.
I've not even.
Oh,
heard
after
that
the last
conspiracy.
season.
I've heard the conspiracy that they're like the same person. I've heard that, but I've not heard the fact that like about some necklace.
Anyway,
But anyway, Lewis, you owe me a $5. Like, Littlefinger's dead. He's dead.
you'll never know because he might fucking pop up in like 3 seasons.
If he does, I said to Lewis that
Maybe
I'd
he'll
cook him
come back
dinner.
as like the
I said I'd cook him dinner as well.
Cook
So-
him dinner.
yeah, because I'm so adamant he's dead.
could come back as a White Walker.
Yeah, but how are you gonna tell? He's like, I don't even know. I don't even want to like with these theories. There's so much going on in that show that you can't even speculate about fan theories. It's just a bit hard, like, because I was saying like, what about like you got like, so you got what? You got Jon Snow, you got Khaleesi, and you got
Tyrion, Sansa,
Sansa.
Arya.
You got the Hound, you got Gregor
Yeah.
Mountain, you got Jamie, you
And
got
Cersei.
yeah, right, and then you got who else have you got? You got like loads of little characters like Davos. You got
Oh yeah, then you've got like, what's his name?
Arya. You got Bran. You got. Do you know what I mean? There's just so many characters. Like it's just hard to like kind of guess what's gonna happen. I just don't know.
Who's the one that got his dick chopped off?
Oh, Theon.
You've got Theon's story.
Forgot about that. Yeah, because he's gonna get his sister, isn't he?
Yeah, there's that. Fuck, there's so much going on.
I know. Well, the thing is, they're gonna be like 2-hour like episodes, aren't they?
They take so long
25,
between
7.
seasons as well that you kind of forget.
But this is the longest break they've took. It's usually a year,
Mm.
but this one was 2.
Yeah, that's well. They had to put like everything into this, like budget wise, like because they want this to pop, like.
It's the final season.
Yeah. It's fucking mad. I don't know anyone that doesn't like it, that has watched it. Like you liked it when you've watched it, yeah.
Yeah, I watched all of it. Yeah, it's good. I don't rate it as much as other people rate it. I don't think it's like when people say, "Oh, should I watch it?" that I've never watched it. I actually say no because it's just so long, and it's so long, isn't it?
Yeah. It is
To watch it at this point, like,
But for people
It's
who like
just so
to
much-
binge, that's perfect.
yeah, but I
It
don't
is
know.
and it isn't, because I feel like with binging, it's hard because with binging, you forget a lot of things. If you do it like episode by episode, where you do it like one every night, then you can kind of fathom it because so much happens in one episode in them shows.
Yeah.
If you binge it, you forget like fucking over half of it, I'd say, and that's like with a normal regular show. Like with this show, you'd probably forget like 3/4 of it.
Yeah, when I first started watching it, it was like 2 episodes a night.
Is that? But you didn't watch it when it first came out.
No, I started watching it like season 3.
I think so did I.
No, I watched it after season 6 came out. So I was like a late. So I remember you and Aaron banging on about it in CLV, and I was like, I'm not watching this shit.
Yeah, and then Ryan came back and was like, yeah, Game of Thrones is sick.
It is very good. Like the production's mad, but I don't like think it's one of the best things. One of the best series, isn't it? It's no Prison Break, no.
No, the thing about Prison Break is like, it's good, but they flop at too many. Like the second season, like just didn't make like it just was a bit weird, and then the fourth season just dragged. The first and third season are sick.
I actually like the second season.
I haven't watched Prison Break.
I didn't like the fourth. But...
The first season is mad, and you think it's gonna like, but then the second season's good, and then it just doesn't make
No, the
sense.
third's sick.
The third is really good, and then the fourth just
The
drags.
fourth is a bit weird.
Drags, like, because they kind of do it, and then they just extend it to the point where they didn't need to.
No, the fourth's just not believable. It's always like believable, and you can relate to it, and then the fourth's just like, right, this they clearly just didn't know what to do for this season, so they just like made up some random story, and it was bullshit.
Yeah, but they didn't need to. They could have like cut off like 5-6 episodes. They really didn't have to. Like, but I liked the first season of Prison Break was unbelievable. Like the whole thing of them getting out of prison the first time was quality. Really well done, I thought. There's so many good TV shows at the moment. Like last night, I tried watching. I don't know what it's called. It's with Jonah Hill and Emma Stone. It's a really weird one. Like,
Oh,
do you know what I'm about?
yeah, it's like Maniac. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they go into like some other world, don't they?
Well, that's the thing. Like,
They go into little pods, don't they?
It's fucking weird. I didn't even get it. Like, so like Jonah Hill's like a schizophrenic,
Yeah,
and like she's like a drug addict.
yeah,
And then like their paths meet at this like this like scientific trial thing where they
Yeah.
take this pill, and it's like there's like 3 different pills like A, B, and C, and like the A pill is like their worst memories like come to life or whatever. Or, like they see their worst memories over and over again, and that's about it. That's all I got. Like he's just fucked. She's just weird. That's what you got. He's
it's just
fucked.
an
She's
experiment.
weird. Yeah, it's like an experimental trial, and
I watched it for about 20 minutes and thought this is shit.
I just didn't get it. Like,
Yeah, it looks shit. Didn't make sense.
But other than that, like,
There's a fucking cunt above me. I swear I'm gonna fucking knock him out.
oh, I'd love to see Sean knock someone out. Mate. I actually would want to see that. To be fair,
I'll knock you out in a minute.
I'll watch that. I'll watch that.
You don't watch it, mate. You'll be out.
Oh
cunt.
fucking hell!
You'll be gone. You're like, what happened?
Fucking ducks all over like around my head and it, just like. Ugh. But no, the TV shows are actually booming. I think, to be fair, like Netflix.
There's too many, man. I go on Netflix now. Even when I'm like, right, I want to try and watch them, and I'm just like, I can't even make up my mind what to watch. It's just too much. It's too much.
Did I tell you I watched Fire?
Oh,
I watched
really?
it, mate. I watched
Do you
it.
watch
Have you
it?
watched it?
Do you watch it with Lauren?
No.
Just watch it by yourself?
Yeah.
Sick, innit?
Oh my days. You need to watch it. It's fucked. Like this guy, who's the main guy called?
I forgot his name.
It's like, it's like Pete. I think it's Paul Pete. I don't know what it is, right? But this guy is a fucking lunatic. Cause like he hosts his party, right, on like an island, right? And
Mexico, innit?
Is it Mexico?
It's like Pablo Escobar's old island, or El Chapo's old island, or
right.
some shit.
But it gets to the point where like 2 days before the festival, they ain't got like nothing ready in it. Like, and then and then the people like question, like people that have paid like to go there have paid almost like millions. Like they made this wristband, right, where you like pay like tokens instead of money on the island quotations. Yeah. Some people were putting like 800,000 on their wristbands in it to get the like amenities like for it. Like it's a joke. You need to watch it because you'll be flabbergasted.
It's just all about Instagram marketing. That's basically what it was about.
That's literally what it was about.
Because they just had this party of all the models, like Kylie Jenner, all those crazy Instagram people, and then they just decided to have this festival, and they made it seem as if like all these celebrities were going to be there, and they're going to get like the best acts and bands and stuff to perform, but they obviously just didn't know how to fucking plan anything. But the worst thing is about those wristbands is they were just doing that to get money, weren't they?
Yes, so they could fund the festival.
So because they didn't have any money left, so they rang up people that had bought tickets and said, "You need to put money on your wristband. This is the only way you can pay." But there wasn't even any like internet communication there, so you couldn't get the wristband wouldn't even work. And so people were putting like
800
half a mil,
grand,
and they couldn't even fucking use them. It was purely just so they could then
fund the festival.
Which obviously ended up being
like because they were so they were promised like villas, like parties, like first class hospitality. Got fucking white tents from like hurricanes and shit. Like, and they like the night. Do you know what the worst thing was? Do you know what the funny thing was? When I watched that the night before, it got soaked, didn't it? Like it started raining on the island. Like it never rains there, innit?
It was what do you call it?
It's like it's like thunderstorm, wasn't it?
No, a rain. What's it called? A rain. What's it called when it's just like mad rain?
A rainstorm.
Was it a rainstorm? Is that the word I'm thinking of? I don't know.
Sure rain.
But but it's like in the jungles and shit when it rains like crazy.
Yeah, you need to watch. You'll be like, what the fuck? It's so mad.
But they only had those fucking
They're white tents.
refugee
Refugee.
tents up, and then they obviously got fucked.
So like they literally had nowhere to stay, like nothing. But they were like the rich people are fucking idiots though, because like on like the forums where like they were like writing like, oh, what's going on with the festival, blah blah. They weren't even like replying to them like the Fire Festival.
People were putting up images and videos of like the actual what it actually looked like, so people obviously knew what to expect before they went.
Right, because they put like a promo video of like all girls dancing on the beach, having a drink. And they kept putting the same pictures up throughout the whole time, innit? Like nothing to do with like the villas or anything like that. You just put the same thing, but people still bought it. And then before people got on the first flight out there, every band and every artist had dropped out, so there was no one playing there, and they still fucking went anyway.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fucked. Like when he says something's like ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
He's in prison.
Yeah.
He got done for fraud because what they didn't really say on the thing that well is that he kept travelling back to England. It's England, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was.
Oh no, it's to America. He kept travelling back to America, and he was basically getting people to invest because he kept running out of money, so he kept going back to America, getting investors. He was saying, "Oh, you'll get like this much more money than you put in. The festival's going to be the biggest festival ever. This is how much money people have spent on tickets. So if you give us $1 million, we'll give you back $2 million," kind of shit. And then obviously nothing happened. So all those investors lost their money. So he got fucking done for like fraud and all that kind of
Like
stuff.
he conned so many people. Like he conned like people that had shareholders in Facebook and shit for millions. Like he conned a lot of people like just to make money.
Did he make money?
Well, he made money, but then he fucking
Yeah, no, he
spunked it. Like, but it was obviously like an illegal way of doing it. But then like after he got done for the Fire Festival, which was an absolute travesty, he still went and tried to con people after. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Because he used someone else like to send like spam messages through the Fire Festival, like using a different person email, and tried like spam it. Like it was ridiculous.
No, it's just typical. You know, if you get an email through like now, and it'll say like get it'll say like get tickets, VIP tickets last minute to Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
He was doing that, and then people were buying tickets, and obviously there was no fucking event or no VIP tickets, so no one was fucking getting anything through. Do you know what I mean?
So after like he done the Fire Festival, he still wanted to try and do it.
Yeah.
Fucking
He was
lunatic.
conning
like-
people still.
You think
And
he'd
he was
learned
on
his lesson,
watch by
though?
the police at the time when he was doing it. It's just ridiculous. But yeah.
What the fuck's his name though? I can't think of his name. Look at type in Fire Festival. Billy. Billy. I don't know what his second name was, but it was Billy.
There's another documentary on him actually that's out there. I haven't watched it yet, but it's a documentary just on him in prison, and it's like he does an interview and stuff. They're asking him like, "Are you like a psycho and shit?"
He is. He's a bit of a sociopath. Like, it's
Yeah,
kind of,
that's what they asked him. They said, "Are you a sociopath or path?" And he was like, "No."
Have you seen the Making a Murderer news? Stephen Avery got a new trial.
Fuck off, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Actually, that means they're gonna do a fucking third season.
Yeah, because the bones that were discovered in the fire pit never got tested for DNA.
Yeah.
They were given to the family.
What
And,
family?
Like Teresa's family.
Yeah.
And they've disposed of them.
Ah.
So they never tested those bones for DNA. So now he's getting a new trial.
I tell you what, after the second season though, like they have got some evidence where it is in his favour. They don't show you all the evidence, but there is some evidence that backs him up for sure. So I'm not surprised. That's pretty sick. If he ever comes out, that'd be so ridiculous. Like the amount of people that
Convicted
would.
twice.
Can you imagine the amount of people that would go out to see him like come out of prison and shit? It would be fucking nuts.
no, I haven't watched it. I need to.
You
I'd
should.
go. Steven!
No, I need to watch it.
Like a parade.
On Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
What?
you got convicted.
Yeah, you've never seen Making a Murder, have you?
You got,
Fuck
was it
me.
rape, the first conviction?
Rape, yeah.
Yeah, he got convicted for rape for
R.I.P.
18 years.
Who? What's it?
This guy, Stephen Avery,
Okay.
he lives in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got convicted for rape for 18 years, and then after
And
some,
he raped like a random girl.
apparently,
Okay.
and then after DNA testing, he proved he was innocent.
Okay.
after he'd been in prison for 18 years.
Yeah, so then the state was meant to give him money,
Okay.
but there's this whole conspiracy that the state have set him up so they didn't have to give him money of this death of this woman,
Okay.
Teresa Holbach,
Okay.
and then he's been arrested again.
So
And
Teresa is the girl he raped.
No, Teresa is someone different. Teresa came to take a photograph of a car
Okay.
because she was like a photographer for like Auto Trader
Okay.
or something like that in America.
Right.
So she came to there, and then he supposedly killed her with
Yeah.
his nephew.
With his nephew.
Like straight after he got out of prison,
Yeah.
there's basically like he got put back in prison because he supposedly killed this woman.
And so did his nephew, supposedly.
So
Right.
then he got put back in prison. So he's in prison now for that.
And his nephew's in prison.
So he definitely raped the girl.
No.
No,
But
he,
you don't know.
He got done. He got DNA tested for the first thing that he was in prison for 18 years for. Then he got released because they found out there was this other person. And
So
they,
how did they
Innocent?
accuse him? How did they accuse him of it?
Well, they basically when he raped her, when this girl got raped, and they called it in, basically they straight away said, "Oh, it's Stephen Avery," and put him in prison with no evidence,
They
just
had, like, a
because he was a
sketch
bit,
artist.
he was a bit fucked up. Stephen Avery's a bit weird and hated in the community, so they kind of just made it as if he did it and didn't really look into it ever.
What did you do? What did you do for a living?
He worked on a construction site, like a
It's
car
It's like a car
dump
junkyard.
site. Like they just sold cars and parts and stuff.
Yeah, so like cars would come in,
Proper
they'd
junkyard.
scrap them, and
That reminds me of that film. What's the film with the Irish guys, or like they get arrested, or is it Irish? Oh, what's it? It's like one of Aaron's favorite films. I talk about it with him sometimes. It's like no, I think it's in England, and they're like on a bench, and there's like a big fire, or like a big a bombing, and then they get arrested, but they were like not, they didn't like do it, and they get put in prison for like for life, and then they finally like the dad dies in there, like the whole family gets put in there, and then the dad dies, and then they finally get out like after like 30 years or something, 20 years. It's a famous thing. I can't think of my life what it's called though, but that reminds
But when
me
you
of
come
that.
out of prison, he's been in prison 18 years, so he goes, "Fuck you! You owe me £5 million." So he sues the people that put him in prison.
yeah, he sues the state. for
So that's
causing-
what the whole Making a Murder is about, because it's about whether the police put him back in prison and set him up for this murder to not pay him back.
Well, it makes sense for the title, Making a Murderer.
Yeah,
That
and
sounds
it's,
pretty dope to be fair.
it's still in
How many
prison.
episodes are there?
it's just 2 seasons with
10 episodes each.
10 episodes a season.
Like an
yeah.
hour an episode.
It's 20 episodes total.
Yeah, that sounds.
The first episode is literally just about the backstory, about like the first time he got put in prison, and then coming out and stuff. But then it goes in. Then it's all about like the court trials, videos from the court trials, and all these lawyers and shit, and all the evidence they put forth for it. It's really good.
That sounds pretty cool. I definitely will run through that, but I got some other things I want to run through.
You'll get hooked on it though if you watch that. That's the problem with Making a Murder.
Yeah.
You will like have to watch the whole fucking thing.
No, the next one I'm watching is that Altered Carbon.
I watched the first episode of Alternated Carbon.
Altered.
Altered. That one.
Alternate.
Alternated.
Altered. Yeah, I like the first episode. I think the concept's really cool. Like the fact that like he's like a Chinese guy, right? It's like an assassin or something, and he dies or he gets killed, and then like 250 years later they bring him back in a different body. So like what it is,
yeah. I've seen an advert.
and the first episode was decent, so I'm gonna continue with that and see what happens, and then I'll maybe that Making a Murder I've heard somewhere.
That means there'll definitely be a 3rd season though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because then they're gonna do there's obviously gonna be so many cameras in that courtroom again. Because the first series they filmed it all like in court, all the evidence getting put forth and all the lawyers and shit, and they didn't even know it was gonna be big. So imagine this time in that courtroom, there's gonna be so many fucking cameras in there. It's gonna be ridiculous,
Yeah, I'll definitely watch that.
and there's gonna be mad pressure on that fucking judge. Imagine being the judge.
Ooh. My
Because
goodness,
if the judge now says he's still guilty, that judge is gonna have so many fucking
might
death
have to go
threats
to
and shit.
Supreme Court because of how.
Yeah,
case
they'll
is.
get death. Imagine the death threats on that. Because you know the guy in it that sued him in the first series,
Yeah.
FBI or like the police guy, he got mad death threats through, mad death threats. So the judge would actually get like killed or some shit.
And have you seen a Madeleine McCann documentary's coming out?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that I'll definitely watch that.
Yeah.
That'll be fucking that. that's becoming that kind of genre is becoming so big, like the whole like murder mystery, like all that kind of weird shit.
Yeah, because it gives people opinions, and there's always two sides, so it always works for the people in it.
Yeah, because it gives people something to talk about as well. It's not like a TV show where it's like adamant, you know, like what's happened and like you've watched it. With them kind of shows, you could just discuss and like just talk about.
Yeah.
Things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want to bundle through the fights?
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye,
Is this where Georgia exits? Yeah. Didn't do her research.
Yeah. Wait, what fight should we start with? Can't go through fucking like 10 of them.
What? Well, should we
Start
from
with Zabit Stevens.
No, why don't we just start with?
Oh, we can go through the briefly.
Right. So I got so. We'll go through Diego Sanchez and Mickey Gall first. I want to hear Sean like speak about this first. The best striker in the UFC, unfortunately, got TKO'd on the ground, didn't he, Sean?
Yeah, it was just so easy. Like, it's easy to know what went on. He's got the worst cardio in UFC history.
It's actually really bad. So Mickey Gall, for anyone that's like, he beat CM Punk in his first, like CM Punk's first MMA fight.
Yeah.
And Mickey Gall, like, the thing is, Mickey Gall in the first 30 seconds, like, he looked like he had power shots, and then, like, he just gassed within, like, 2-3 minutes. Like, Diego Sanchez just clinched him, wore him out, wrestled into the ground. And for someone that is, like, really known at jiu-jitsu, he just got fucking dominated.
It's because he had zero energy. Like, he couldn't even move his fucking legs.
Yeah, but off his back, he just, like, even with the Randy Brown fight that Mickey Gall fought.
Yeah, but he wasn't fucking knackered in that one. He didn't gas out.
Well, apparently he like had a bad weight cut, but he doesn't.
Yeah, but he
even
has to say some excuses,
Yeah.
doesn't he? He has to say excuses.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think he worked on his strength and conditioning. I just feel like he just tried working on his like his striking, and that didn't even work out well because he was on the ground the whole time.
He's gonna get fuck all when you. He's never gonna be anywhere in the UFC. Let's just put it that way.
Props to Diego Sanchez though. What a fucking like he's had like fucking I don't know how many fights he's had in the UFC, but he's like them elbows he was doing to the body actually made me curl a little bit because he was like on top of it and he was just kind of in the stomach.
You know, they usually aim for the face, but
He was-
Mickey Gall was gassed out, so he was just doing it to the body, innit? Just to get wearing and tearing.
I was like, like it actually made me like clench up a little bit. I was like, that feels nasty. Like, but it was a really good win. Finished him in the second round with TKO like back flat out on top, pounding him. Really good finish.
fucking him.
Yeah, pulled his shorts down. And
Fucking
then
him from
just,
behind.
like,
What was the next one?
and then Mickey was like, no. Top down.
Hey Mickey. Hey Mickey.
You so fine.
You're so fine, oh my man.
And then fucking Johnny Walker. I mean, what do you have to say about him?
Is that the next one?
Yeah.
You still, you didn't learn anything from that fight. All you learned was that he can do what he's been doing against a slightly.
I called it though.
Slightly
I said Johnny
better
Walker
opponent.
win.
You don't know how good he is yet, though. That's the problem.
But from what you've seen, he's so fucking composed and loose in there. It's kind of weird.
He
like,
flying need
He flying needs circuit off.
in like 20 seconds.
So Johnny Walker, he's had 3 fights in the UFC. All of them a cumulative time of 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So he's knocked everyone out like within like a minute. And like that was the first thing thrown, wasn't it? It was the knee. They didn't even engage or anything. He literally flying kneed him in the head. He dropped. Turkinov dropped. It just bam, bam. That was it.
He's basically just like Ngannou of like heavyweight at the minute. Just
No, completely different.
no, in terms of just knocking everyone out in like 1 second, but then you don't know how good he actually is.
Way
until-
more versatile though. Like he has so
but
many.
it's
Like,
just doing the same.
from
thing.
what you've seen in 3 fights, you've seen a spinning back fist. You've seen a fucking flying knee. And I don't know.
Yeah, but you don't know how good he is in the clinch, how good he is on the ground, how good his cardio is.
No, obviously you've got to see his all-round game, but from what you've seen, how he's been finishing people, like it's just ridiculous. Because you got to think, like, obviously you haven't seen his all-round game, but like Ngannou, right? He was just finishing people with like punches, and you could tell, like he has.
You could tell Ngannou did. You could tell Ngannou was better than we've seen from Johnny Walker. At least Ngannou, you saw him like in the clinch up against the cage. He got taken down by what's that guy wrestler that he fought?
Blades.
He got taken down by Blades twice. Got back up straight away. At least you could tell he had like something else. Like you actually don't know anything about Johnny Walker.
But that's what makes it interesting because he's gotten this far without doing that, and also like. He's been finishing people in different ways, and just the way he just fights, he's just very like it's not even hands up; it's kind of loose, in out, kind of like a karate style. I'm a fan, mate. He's fucking.
Yeah, it'll be interesting matchups in the future.
Well, who do you want to see? You said you want to see him fight like OSP or like a Shogun next.
OSP will make sense because OSP, he needs someone that he's better than, probably, or that he could probably win, but that is a bit more well-rounded. Like OSP could take him down. OSP is like a well-rounded fighter, but he's not great anywhere. I think that's a really good matchup.
OSP's a good one. He says Gustafsson, but I think that's a bit jumpy.
Don't go Gustafsson because Gustafsson's like insane on the feet, and then you got like Latifi who's is really good on the ground, but they're more like one-dimensional. Just put him in there with OSP, like a standard
I would have
fighter.
said
Good
OSP
everywhere.
or Glover.
Glover's or Glover. Glover's the same because Glover's good everywhere.
I like Johnny Walker though. He's fucking. Did you hear what happened though? He fucking celebrated and dislocated his shoulder doing the worm. It was so ridiculous. So he's had 3 fights in the UFC, and the most he's got hurt is through dislocated his shoulder doing a polo
Literally.
celebration. You should
So
see it though.
true.
Like he's like that. He puts his like an army salute and then drops to do the worm and dislocated. He's like just twists on his like back, and he's like Fucking funny though. He's quite funny to be fair.
Yeah.
Very flamboyant, just very like. And he's like, he used to be a male stripper. So like he comes out in his entrance, just starts stripping, like takes his clothes off and shit. It's fucking hilarious. It's quite a joke. So he's like someone to look forward to. So we'll talk about Zabit. I thought this was kind of a letdown, the Zabit and Jeremy Stevens. I thought
It
going
was
to
a
be
good fight. It was just, but obviously with Zabit,
No,
you
but
just think
everyone-
something
yeah,
insane's
but-
gonna happen.
No, but with the two of them,
Yeah.
you just thought it was just going to be fireworks. And like, I thought Jeremy Stevens just kind of shut down a bit. He just
In the third round though, Zabit gashed again.
that's a problem. That's a problem if he's
Like on fucking, I don't know what it was, but on when Brendan Schaub was talking about it, Brendan Schaub was like, yeah, Zabit, like, you just know he's really good. Great striking, great on the ground, great cardio. And I was like, great cardio,
No,
mate.
but Brendan Schaub says shit like just for the like,
Yeah.
just like it's just so stupid.
He was
sometimes.
looking at the clock from the beginning of the third round.
He fought fucking Verdum, or who was it? Overeem didn't knock down Verdum, or Verdum didn't knock down Overeem. You know that fight? Who knocked down who? Was it?
Stipe over him.
No, Overeem and Verdum.
Over him, Verdum.
He said that like
Oh yes.
who did he think that knocked? Like he was adamant that
Over him
didn't-
dropped Verdum.
Right, he was adamant that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like adamant, but then there's like a montage of a YouTube video,
Yeah.
and like him saying it, and then you just see Overeem just knock him down. Like it was just so ridiculous.
It's funny going back and watching those old podcasts. Like there's some of the shit that they said, like they thought would happen, and what's ended up happening. Like who's the guy at featherweight that just retired? He's like
Chad.
no, the other one, lower, not as high as Chad. He's had good fights though. Korean Zombie like knocked him out. Dennis Bermudez.
Okay, right.
On the old podcast, they said Dennis Bermudez was going to be a 2-time champ. Brendan Shaw said he'll 100% be featherweight champ one day, and he'll probably go up to lightweight and get the lightweight championship. He said he was like the best thing ever.
Dennis Bermudez had a run, but it wasn't against like the top tier guys. It was against like lower and mid card. Like Dennis Bermudez is a solid fighter, but he was not beating them top guys.
No,
Like I'm not even like saying it figuratively. Like literally wasn't beating them top guys.
he was
like,
not even big. Like he wasn't big enough. He was small for a featherweight.
Yeah, but he didn't have finishing rates. Like he just was decisioning guys that he should be finishing in the lower tier of the division.
But yeah, Zabit Stevens. So Zabit is still like sick, but you just know he's got cardio issues,
He will struggle.
and he's still vulnerable, like in terms of punching.
Yeah, like you brought up a good point.
He's got no power.
You brought up a good
no
point.
power.
Anyone that wants to be at the top level champion, you have to have knockout power in your fists.
Yeah.
And he just don't have it. His kicks are
His
amazing.
kicks can let him get off of so many things though, because people are still wary to come in because of his kicks.
It kind of is like the Andy Pettis effect, where he has great, phenomenal kicks, but his punches just don't.
Yeah, so you can just come forwards on him and you don't need to worry about it. And with bad cardio, that's not going to be good.
Against someone like Holloway, it's going to be a bit of trouble.
He'll struggle so bad against Holloway, so much.
Even I feel like someone against Volkanovski. If Volkanovski puts the pressure on him and doesn't get knocked out, like doesn't get hurt or anything, or even if he gets hurt, he just goes through it. Volkanovski's
I think next though, Aldo would be such a good fight.
Well, no, I've got some current news about Aldo anyway. So
Oh, fair. What was the next one?
But yeah, I think the last thing about Stevens, I just don't think Stevens was there as well. Like he just was just missing the whole time. Like he weren't even like going for like big overhands. He was just kind of jabbing, and that was it. He'd go for like a left hook, but no like where he just left and then right. You know, like we did with Superboy.
Yeah.
Where he was just like right hands and everything, but he just weren't.
Because Zabit was always on the back foot though. It's hard.
Yeah, but there was times when there was a few glimmering
There was a
moments
few times, yeah.
where he could have just opened up. So
When Zabit was on the cage.
yeah, Zabit, I think, but Zabit done well. I think he looked composed, especially against someone a higher ranked. He done really well. So props to Zabit. He'll probably get a big fight now. So we'll go Cody Garbrandt, Pedro Munoz. Do you want to like digest that one?
You know, you watched Cody Garbrandt against TJ Dillashaw, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch both of them? You've seen one.
I think I saw.
They fought twice.
No,
I
you watched
definitely
both.
Oh, I did watch
So
both.
we watched.
TJ knocked him out twice.
Yeah.
And then, so this was Cody's like redemption fight.
So this was like, it weren't really a tune-up fight, but it was against someone a bit lower. Like, he was number 7. Pedro Munoz, great jiu-jitsu black
On a
belt.
run though, I think 4 fights in a row, 4 fight win streak, Pedro Munoz.
Right.
And then it was basically, it was 50-50. It was just on the feet, right? Pedro Munoz is more of a submission artist, but he's got some good stand-up. And literally, it was very 50-50. When did it end? First round? Second round?
First round.
First round. And
It
then
was there was like the last 10 seconds, wasn't it?
yeah, end of the first round, they had like a head clash of heads. And then Cody said that when they clashed heads, he just thought, fuck it. And he just started running after Pedro Munoz, literally swinging from the hip. Caught Pedro a couple times, but then Pedro started swinging from the hip. And it was literally just them both like this for like...
I'd say 20, 30 seconds.
20, 30 seconds, and then Cody just got fucking
Got
clipped
dropped.
and absolutely KO'd.
And then he just got... But the worst thing was, like, when they got head clash, Cody was, like, running, like, with his fist back, as if, like, you knew he was going to punch. And he was, like, running as he was doing that. So he was running with, like, a fist back, just like, bang.
It's like a street fight. Like, when in a street fight, you'll notice, like, someone will have their fucking hand down. Like, you know they're going to punch, but they're not going to, like, they don't punch. And then they
Identical.
just, like, swing from the hip.
Yeah.
It's, like, so amateur, as amateur as you can get.
He just got too emotional.
It was so funny, though, because when he started doing this and started running at him, because up till that point, he'd been, like, relatively composed.
That's the thing. He was like, he was like feeling confident, dodging everything. I was like, this is good. Like, composed, stay calm. Head clash went out the window. As soon as the head clash happened, it just went out the window.
Because in that second TJ fight, he lost because he just put himself out there too much. He went after it too much, and TJ just countered him. So in this one, when he started running after him, we were like, no! Like, everyone was like, no, stop. And he's just like, yeah, someone like, no! And then he just gets dropped.
It was just careless, and I think as well with Cody, I think he wanted to rush. He wanted to get that spectacular knockout to get him back into that title picture, and it just fucking bowed out for him big time.
When he came to as well, you could tell he was like, for fuck's sake, I did it again.
Yeah, that's the third time in a row now.
He's just got an aggression issue. Like, if you can wind him up, he'll just fucking run at you. He can't control his anger.
He needs to just stay composed. If he stays composed in there, he will beat majority of that division.
Some people just can't, though. Like, as soon as you get on top
The
of them...
thing is, we're talking as if we know, but in there, he's probably just thinking, fuck.
It's all good when it's going your way. Like, against Dominic Cruz, it was just going his way the whole time, so he can stay composed the whole time. But as soon as you get on top of someone, that's when you know if they can stay composed or not. Like, when you're winding them up, can
It's
they
hard.
stay composed?
It's hard to say when you're watching, but I don't know. It's just he needs to just sort it out. Just needs to not get too emotional in there. If he stays emotionally detached and just kind of picks it, because he was looking loose. He was dodging, faking, doing his little dance, and I was thinking, right, this is perfect. Just stay like this, pick him off, and then eventually find your opening. But as soon as that headbutt went.
Do you know what? He still actually didn't look as good as I was used to seeing Cody look up, even before that even happened. Like, Pedro Munoz was having his way on the feet.
But I think with Cody now, he realises that he can't just go in with just fists.
Yeah.
He has to kind of open up more development in his game, whether it's his kicking, his elbow, his knees, grappling. He can't just use his fists. You can't win world titles and stay on top by just using fists. It ain't boxing. You have to open up a game. But he fucked up. That's just a be or end all, really.
And it's 3 losses in a row after being the champ.
I know.
What was the next one?
Willie Zhang in. I bet this one right? So Willie Zhang,
Right.
Chinese girl, fighting Tisha Torres, who Tisha Torres is a top 5 strawweight.
Yeah.
Very solid. Like she's kind of the girl. If you beat her, you should be getting like a big fight or a title shot. And I actually bet Willie Zhang in. Willie Zhang's her name, but Willie Zhang, you know, like Willie.
Well, she was the favourite, mate. Don't act as if it was a big
Yeah,
underdog.
but I was like, fucking.
You know who she was. Yeah, she looks fucking good.
She did.
It was a really good fight. They're both really good. But Zhang's more diverse on the feet. Like, she's got some decent kicks.
Even in the clinch position.
And you know what? She's fucking massive.
She's big for a strawweight.
She's 115 pounds and she's like big. Like, she's muscular.
Yeah, she has really good skills. Like, very versatile on the feet. Very good clinch positions. I don't know about. Did she get taken down? I don't remember her getting taken down.
No, they're both like tried. They both were judo throwing each other, but then getting back up like instantly. They're both having their way.
Because as they were getting taken down, they had like the locks on the arms.
Yeah. They're both locking each other. But
solid, great fight.
she could like do well against someone like Joanna, I think.
Yeah,
because she's big.
Her
She's
against like an Andrade would be like really good. She's got really good potential. Willie Zhang in. That's great.
Next one.
Fucking Robbie Lawler, Ben Askren. How do you want to like approach this one?
Well, did he choke him out or not?
So do you know what happened in the fight?
No.
So basically, like the first 10 seconds, like we all knew, me and Sean knew what was gonna happen. Like Ben Askren's gonna try and take him down. So he went for a takedown, and Robbie sprawled. And then Ben like got one hook in the leg, so like he's trying to get his back. Robbie just flipped him in the air and just dumped it on his head. And then Robbie just started hammer fisting him. And he like started gushing. We thought it was going to be over. We was within the first 15 seconds, 20 seconds. We're like, fuck. And then he kind of came to, got back to his feet. And his face was a mess in it. And then we thought Robbie would just pick him apart. But then Ben just got hold of him, like clinched him, like was wrestling him, and ended up getting him in a bulldog choke. So like a bulldog choke is where you have like
just like this.
It's just kind of like that.
Just to the side, like a kind of like a headlock on your knees.
It's kind of like if someone, you know, if you're giving someone a noogie.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that,
it's
but
the
you're just
headlock,
choking them. And what happened was where we was watching it, I saw Robbie's arm go limp. So then everyone was like, "It's over, it's over." And then Herb called it off. And then as he called it off, Robbie came to. Was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Literally just shot up straight away. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like I was still there. So it's kind of like a controversial call, in my opinion. And this is my opinion. I thought he was out.
Yeah.
Personally, like his arm went limp, so I was like, he's done. Like he looked, and he got him in that choke really fucking.
His arm was up here behind his head, right, and then it literally like went completely limp. Just go
First
here.
one, yeah.
But Aaron, right? Aaron had a bet on Lawler, and he's being so biased.
And he loves Lawler as well.
He's literally saying like he just relaxed his arm, man. Like he definitely wasn't out. I'll just show you the whole thing.
So
actually.
yeah, watch this dumping on his head, like
Look, Kadosh!
and then he just starts
and
fucking.
Askren's the grappler. Here was the worst because when he started going under the arm, like here, I thought it was over. Yeah. I thought it was over
because his arm was trapped, so he couldn't even defend it.
It was like Khabib kind of style.
But he survived.
But the thing is, as soon as Ben got hold of him, like once, like here. But the thing is, Ben's got no stand-up to get inside.
Literally none.
Like, Usman can, like, use his boxing to get inside. Askren's got absolutely fuck all.
Yeah, like, on the stand-up, Ben Askren has... Like, if you had to meet him from 0 to 100, it's like 5.
He's not going to do well, I don't think. Like, he's just got no stand-up.
But if he gets a hold of you, it's just...
Yeah.
It's kind of game over, like...
So, he got the choke here, right?
So, no,
So, like, here. Look at the arm. There, box.
No, it goes limp.
Yeah.
And then watch. He comes straight away, just like.
So watch that again. Would you stop this fight, right? So he's got him in the headlock here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at Robbie's arm limp.
Just wait. Now, would you have stopped the fight?
Yeah, but I do see maybe put his arm down.
See, I think.
No. Look at the arm here. Tell me that's a natural movement. That's a limped arm.
The only thing I say would be bad with Herb is that he should have like hold the arm up.
That is such a limped arm.
It's a limped arm, but what Herb should have done was hold the arm up and see if he was still there. He should have given it like a couple of seconds. But I still think, how would he have gotten that out of that?
Yeah, the problem is he fucking lost anyway.
Yeah,
like,
I just don't.
Like,
There's just no way out of that, especially with Askren.
With
like,
have you seen the videos of Askren? He gets like a pumpkin, right, and goes like this and just slices the pumpkin in half with his forearms.
That's not pumpkin.
No, he's done it with a pumpkin. He's done it with pumpkin, watermelon.
Oh, I see. I saw the watermelon.
Yeah, like he's just like literally just gone like that, squeezed it, and it's got sliced in half. So imagine doing that to your trachea.
Ooh,
Like
yeah.
you're fucked.
Yeah.
I thought at first it was the right call. I can see why people would complain about it, but I just think how would he have gone out of that personally? Like I just don't
Yeah,
know.
from what it seems, like he went out and then he quickly came to.
Yeah, but he came to when Herb went like this.
That's the thing. I think he went unconscious, and then when Herb like went like that, I think he came back too.
Because you can't see from this angle, but as soon as his arm dropped, there, Herb's gone fuck. So he's come in and he's pulled his arm, and then from this angle, the other camera angle, you can see that when Herb pulled his arm, Robbie was like, and then he went like this and gave a thumbs up like afterwards. But he definitely gone out before that. But that's why when Herb stopped it, Robbie went up straight away like, oh shit, like I'm still fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's very easy to say you're fine, like you were fucked in the choke, mate.
I think it could have gone. It's hard to kind of say what was right and what was wrong.
It's definitely a rematch, though. I
Yeah.
think I would do a rematch, even though I think just because it's a good talking point and the fight up until that point.
I would like
was
to see a
it.
rematch,
Yeah.
but I just don't think Ben wants it. Ben said he's travelling to London next week to fucking watch the Till Masvidal. He's going to call him out because he wants Till,
he
doesn't
could do that. I wouldn't mind if he fought the winner of that either, to be honest.
Neither would I, but I would like to see the rematch. I feel bad for Robbie. I do, man. Like, legend of the game. And he took it like a fucking champ as well. Like, you seen that video of him, like, saying to Herb, like, don't worry, like, everyone makes mistakes, like, it happens. Class, mate. Class.
Yeah, next.
Fucking hell. He's Russian, isn't he? So, Usman and Woodley.
I told you, mate. That's what I said on the podcast today at night. I said fucking Usman by decision, eh?
I actually said if Usman puts the pace on him, he'll win.
You said fucking Woodley, mate, by fucking TKO, mate. I said Usman decision.
Oh, prediction, yeah. Prediction,
mate.
I lost. But I
Yeah,
said
mate.
if Usman was going to win, he would win by putting the pace on him. And he put the pace on him. Put the pace on him, grounded him, literally dominated him from... Like, Woodley had no offense. Not one bit.
Woodley didn't do jack shit.
It was actually one of the... Like, people have said this, and I agree. It's one of the best title fights from a challenger ever to win the belt.
Yeah, but Woodley like literally wasn't there. Like it was
mentally
basically
was-
just a grappling bag.
Yeah, Woodley, like, mentally, you could just tell he just wasn't, like... Even he said in an interview, he was saying, like, he wanted to throw a big shot, but his body wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of them mental things.
Wow, I didn't realise he's 37.
Yeah, he's old. 37 next month, isn't he, or something?
Yeah. No, he's 37 now.
No, he's 37, like, in a couple of weeks. Or in a month.
I think
He's
it's
37.
I think he's 38 in a couple of months.
No. He's 36, turning 37.
You sure?
I don't give a shit either way. He's 37. He's not got long. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And he relies so much on speed as well. Which,
that's the
which
thing.
goes with age.
That was the problem I think for him in this fight. He just tried to rely on that one perfect thing, whether it's a guillotine or like a power punch. I just think he needs to stop relying on that. He needs to like. He has such a great IQ. He needs to kind of figure out different game plans.
He's so because literally the first Wonder Boy fight, second Wonder Boy fight, the Maya fight, and the Till fight. He's literally never ever been in the middle of the octagon. Or the Till fight, he kind of tried grappling him for the first round, but his back, even when he won the fight, his back's against the cage, and all he does is try and find a fucking right hand every time. Like in this fight, you'd think if he was like he went 3 rounds down clearly, you'd think he'd start like going after it, you know, like trying to go at him, box him up. He literally just went straight back to the cage after his coaching team had just been like, fucking go at him, like put some pressure on him, and he'd just go straight back to the cage and he'd just get taken down again.
Well, I've mentioned last week that it could be like a Rory McDonald effect, where like someone, because all the people he's fought have had one great ability. Till had amazing striker, Wonderboy amazing striker. Maya's just gonna try and take you down and grapple you. With Usman, it's kind of like different skills, and I don't know what it is. Like with Rory, had the same problem.
Yeah,
with
like
someone that
someone
with
really
different
well-rounded.
yeah, someone really well rounded. He finds it difficult to kind of gauge it. I think, and I think like with
Because you're making him think about the
Different-
takedown
yes.
and the strike. And
with like Wonderboy, you know he's pretty much predominantly going to kick you or punch you. Till punch, Maya take down. All amazing fighters, but not well rounded. And with someone like Usman or like Rory, they're just so well rounded they could just dissect him bit by bit.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
From looking at this fight, and obviously when you're in there, it's completely different. But from looking at it, it was so obvious that all Usman does is Usman loves to get you against the cage, right, and then he'll take you down from the cage. But to get in that distance and hold you, he just throws punches that are like an illusion. He'll just be like, oh, and then grab you just to like put you off. And he's not even meant to cause damage with his strikes, like when he goes in. But every time he fucking jabbed right, and he wouldn't even touch Woodley, he'd just go like this. Woodley was like flinching, like Woodley was like this.
Like Woodley was engaging in the clinch. My thing was you should have just fucking whacked him
Yeah.
like when he was coming in. Why didn't you just jab and then right or like uppercut or like?
You think Woodley would be like, right, so that first punch is complete bullshit. Like it's not gonna rock me, it's not gonna do jack shit. So I'm just gonna fucking throw my punch with his punch and connect with a fucking hammer when he's just throwing a jab. But every time Usman went like this, Woodley was like this. I was like, what's he doing?
It's hard to say because we're watching and we're not in there, but it's like.
But you'd expect it from someone from here.
With someone as much power as someone as great as he is, like Woodley's. I love I'm a fan of him. He's such a great fighter, but he just didn't pull the trigger once. Not once. Like there was I'd say a good 5 to 10 opportunities where he could have pulled the trigger, and he just didn't.
Because the way to win that fight was, have you seen him knock out Till? Like knock Till down?
Yeah, I watched.
He was against the cage. Woodley was against the cage, and then as soon as Till went for that classic 1-2,
he went for like an uppercut, like a bang like that, and then
Woodley
just
timed his counter right as he was going for that 1-2, and that's exactly what he needed to do in this fight when Usman was going for the 1-2, but he didn't engage in that punch. He just flinched. So,
I think it's hard. Like Brent, all the people are talking about it, like all the experts. They're like, how does Woodley get that shot back? And it's hard. Like,
yeah, no, he won't. There's too many people in that division now.
I know.
Yeah, you've got Colby.
And
we'll talk about Colby after because
he's old, and he just got beaten the shit out of, and Dana White doesn't like him. Like it's not looking good.
Yeah, like his path to the title is very hard, and it's a shame because his run. To me, was one of the best runs for someone that not Mike Mouse or Anderson or John Jones or like that, but he has one of the best runs in terms of competition. To beat Wonderboy twice, to beat Damian, and if you think about the streaks they were on at the time, Wonderboy was just on fire, beating Whitaker, Hendricks, and fucking Rory McDonald. Then you had Maya, who was just fucking.
Maya went on a big streak.
Maya went on a mad streak. You were high on him, and then Till was undefeated, 17-0. Beat Wonderboy, beat Cowboy, beat all these people.
Usman's streak now is really fucking good as well.
Yeah,
because even in his first his second UFC fight, he fought Leon Edwards, who's on a streak.
Yeah, that's right.
He's actually beat some good guys too. Usman.
He has, man, and he's gonna have a great he's a great fighter. He's do you know what it is? Because now Woodley ain't champion. There's a lot of good matchups for Usman to fight.
Anyone can fight anyone now. To be honest, in that division,
it's great. Right. Main event.
Oh, I fucking hated the main event. I literally wanted it to end.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Don't watch it.
John Jones versus Anthony Smith.
It was I said to him halfway through, I literally went, "This is like watching a dog play with his food," and that's exactly how you sum that fight up. It was literally just a dog going, literally. It was just licking it and just doing what he wanted, but without eating it. And I was like, John, just fucking eat the food.
He was literally saying that exact analogy during the fight.
It was bullshit, man. Because you watched it, it was literally it was as if John Jones was the best fighter on earth, and you would literally have fought Anthony Smith. I mean, he showed that he stayed in there and he had toughness, but it was literally like someone had just gone from the street and just gone, fuck it, there you go, thrown him in there. Anthony Smith couldn't do anything, and he clearly had, even though he's meant to be a big puncher, which he is, he clearly was just never going to land anything on John. He wasn't even close, was he? He had 0% chance after watching that fight for 5 minutes. He just was not winning, and John could have finished it. He just could have. Anthony Smith was literally sprawled over, and John could have taken his back about a million times, and he was just choosing not to, and I was just like, this is stupid.
My opinion, I agree with half of what you said. I do think you have to give a bit more credit to Smith because he kind of hung in there, because he curled up in positions where you couldn't really attack him.
Jones could got his back so many times.
No, but the way he was curled up, you couldn't get any hooks or anything. There was just no way. But he could definitely have got a seatbelt position. But he did that at one point, whereas a seatbelt position, he could have pounded him. but he kind of like was curled up and then would change to side like half guard. He changed to half guard at one point, and then they kind of got back. I tell you what,
Jones never like actually tried proper ground and
no,
pound and put
that's
anything
one thing.
into
That's
it or
one thing he
anything,
didn't
though.
try. He didn't try and like do like where he finished DC, where it was like
Yeah,
bang,
it was so
bang.
many times where he could have just gone after it and he was just not.
I tell you, there's a few things. So I was impressed with his takedown defense. To be fair, Anthony Smith, he definitely defended several takedowns, which I was kind of shocked a little bit by. And I agree with the Anthony Smith thing. Like he just didn't do anything. Like he just didn't like. He was very defensive the whole 5 rounds instead of being what he normally is.
He was
which is
clearly trying to
offensive.
survive though from like quite early on. He was just like, right, let's survive. No, he wasn't going in there to win after a little bit. The worst thing about the whole fight was like the 4th round or some shit.
yeah.
They were both on their knees in front of each other, right? Anthony Smith was like this, and John Jones was opposite him, like more stood up, and John Jones was literally just like.
He was just like, so like Sean's like, pretend you're Anthony Smith,
Yeah.
and I was like, and it was like this.
And
It was like that.
not putting anything into it. He wasn't trying to hit him as hard as he could. He was just like, "Come on." It was like it was so embarrassing. And at that point, I was just like,
I tell you
"Fuck
what, the
this."
day we get a webcam and we can show people that would be great. And
I was like, "Fuck this."
but I mean, Jones, you know, another defense. I mean, I think Anthony Smith done well, but he just wasn't offensive. Like he's more of an offensive fighter. And I said to you, the way for him to win was to do that combo where he does like 6. He punches 4 times, but knows he's gonna miss, and then like another 6 will land.
Yeah.
The most he done was like a 1-2.
I said this in the Gustafsson fight. The only way to beat John, like you've got to go in there and think, right, he's way better than me. He's got way more skills than me. All I've got to do is fucking go after it. You got to have good cardio because you've got to fucking go after it. DC's had success against him because DC goes forwards.
Right, yes.
John Jones is always on the back foot. And DC will miss punches, but he'll like keep swinging a bit, and he's got really good head movement, so it's hard for John to catch him. Because John's got no power in his boxing. John won't knock you out with like fucking hook or uppercut or anything.
What puts people off is them oblique kicks. The kicks that they get to like the leg,
Yeah.
that he does all the time, like the ones I do to you,
Yeah.
they're just fucking
But
nasty.
you've got to
Just
put-
knocks your leg.
Like he doesn't really do that against DC. Because DC doesn't give him the time to do that, and he
Yeah.
doesn't make him think as much.
Because to do them oblique kicks, you have to be a slightly static.
Yeah.
And DC is never static.
Yeah.
He just moves forward.
Well, when DC fights John, it is pretty much a boxing match. And then the only time, really, that he stood still was the time he got head kicked in the face.
Yeah.
As soon
Well,
as you
the-
give John that distance, he's kicking you.
Well,
Like,
the thing
he's just
is,
gonna kick
because
you.
of that, because he was hitting into the body and the legs, it opened the head kick, didn't it? Because DC was like leaning.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you remember the whole illegal knee bollocks in the fight?
Oh, yeah.
People were picking up like Anthony Smith's like the bravery thing, and I thought, and people were like, oh, like he could have fucking like said no, like and took the belt. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
So in the, was it the third round?
Fourth.
Fourth round, Anthony Smith was like against the cage, like same thing, like sprawled over, right? And Jones was like on his feet, and he just fucking kneed him like in the face.
you can't do that.
For when he was clearly a downed opponent, and the ref stopped it, split him up, and then it was an illegal knee, and he went up to Anthony Smith like, "Can you carry on?" And if Anthony Smith said no, Anthony
won.
Smith would have won by
He would've won the
disqualification
belt.
and got the belt. But Anthony Smith at this point was getting like so clearly outclassed, it was ridiculous.
So if he said yes, it would have been like the fucking crazy.
It would have been a bit ridiculous, yeah. But he was like, "No, I'm fine," and carry on.
Well, the thing is, it happened twice. No one even mentioned the other one when he like kicked him in the head, like on the floor. Do you remember that? Do you remember like he was like Andy Smith was like sitting up and they just kicked him?
Yeah. But people were saying like no one would have not carried on. Like everyone would have carried on. All fighters, right?
Ariel.
And no, but someone said that's not true because imagine Chael Sonnen back in the day, like when he fought John Jones.
Well, he said he wouldn't have done that. Yeah.
In the day, Chael Sonnen, if he fought John Jones, like there's some people that even if they get beaten the shit out of and that happened, they'd fucking take the belt, take the win, and then just run their mouth and be like, "You're shit." Chael Sonnen would have been like, "You needed to fucking knee me to win and shit. I was gonna fuck you,
You broke
up."
the rules, bitch.
He'd have been like, he'd have been like, you knew I was gonna fuck you up in 5th round, so you fucking need me and shit.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
He would have slightly done something like that, but I don't know if he would have like
Imagine the
actually
money though.
like took the thing.
Anthony Smith, when you hold the belt, you get way more money. Like
Yeah,
for
so
your
like
fights, you get pay-per-view.
so instead of being a challenger again, like what do you reckon he got for a challenge? Like 100 grand for a challenger.
Yeah.
He probably would have like the next fight probably would have got like 500,
Oh.
including like pay-per-view points or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially for like a rematch, it's in that controversy, like how like it would have been so ridiculous. Controversial. Sorry, controversy. The last part of it I struggle with. Controversy.
Alright, wait, we've got to move on to this bit of news though that I said.
Say the news
Because
first.
before I was like, do you know the news? And then Ryan was like, yeah, but it turned out he knew some bullshit news. Right.
I knew some.
Wait, I don't even need to look at it, I'm just going to tell you.
Go on then.
So, Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah.
Have you not heard about it?
No, go on.
Paulie Malignaggi signed with someone today.
It ain't bare knuckle, is it?
Well, these are the options, right? So let's go for the options and see who you think it is, right? Both guess. So you got UFC.
Yeah, but you.
It's one of these
I
options.
didn't see it.
Huh?
What?
I didn't see who it was.
No, George doesn't know.
Yeah.
So
how
Paulie
should we-
Malignaggi today, he's signed up with UFC, Bellator, ONE FC, Pride, Bare Knuckle. We'll go with those 5.
Pride. Because the way you said Pride, like it just sounded different.
No,
The
ONE FC,
yeah, that one.
no,
Bellator,
no,
bare knuckle.
no,
It's for time for UFC.
no, Bare Knuckle.
What? You can't. That's just so stupid.
I wanted
See,
to see what
everyone
you
knows
thought.
you're a fake cunt now.
I knew. I wanted to see what you thought when he signed with UFC. No, he signed with Bare Knuckle.
So he's gonna fight
And
Artem.
yeah, he's gonna fight Artem.
Artem,
They've
Knuckle.
said he's already like in talks to sign Artem
He
Lobos.
signed bet. What the fuck? Like, that's so dumb, man.
Oh, they must be paying people, you know, because Johnny Hendricks went there,
Jason Knight.
Jason
Artem,
Knight, Artem, and
that
now
rowdy bet and that rowdy back.
yeah, and now Paulie Malignaggi. They must be paying Paulie fucking loads. He
Yeah,
does all-
Paulie wouldn't take like.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like Paulie.
He does all the ESPN and show all the commentary. He must, and he gets paid loads for that. He literally must be getting paid millions.
I guarantee it's just that one fight. I guarantee he just fights Artem.
I thought that was so funny. I literally, well, just before we
That
started
is
the
quite
podcast,
funny.
I fucking saw it. Where
Let's
is
see
it?
it. That's so crazy. Oh, before we fucking the last thing, how about fucking Usman and Woodley? Right, the last thing on this, when Mark Goddard stood him up, fucking
Oh yeah.
like so. You know, like how referees stand people up if there's no activity.
Yeah.
Usman was active, like he was just punching into the body, like light punches, working him. Goddard like the ref stood him up like 6 times. Every time I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
About 2 minutes he'd leave it and then he'd stand him up.
It was so ridiculous, but they were active. Like they were, like he was fighting him and trying to get in a better position. And it wasn't like they were just standing there. Like they were just, he was like wearing on him, and he would stand him up. And every time it was the wrong call. But then fair play to Usman. Every time they got stood up, he just went back at him, just put the pressure on. But let me see this bare knuckle bollocks.
That's it.
I can't believe it. Signs of Bennett, promoter says fight with Artem could make a lot of sense. Of course it makes fucking sense. That's the only reason why I'd think he'd fight with him. That's crazy. Someone of his like boxing like profile and all that, I just wouldn't think he'd go to bare knuckle. I think he just wants to get to Conor by fighting Artem, to be honest.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense. That's fucking hell. How did I not think of that? He's clearly fighting Artem, so when he beats him, he'll
He'll
call Conor
call
out.
out Conor out.
And then Conor will like have to take it.
In bare knuckle as well. Oh, shit.
Can you imagine if
Oh
it was
my
a bare
days.
knuckle?
That'd
Conor
be-
McGregor fighting in bare with bare
McGregor
knuckle.
would take that, I think, as well with bare
And
knuckle.
yeah, because it would be Mayweather Promotions and Bare Knuckle FC.
Mayweather, you mean McGregor?
Yeah, McGregor Promotions.
Right,
That would be mental.
right. So, the thing I thought you were talking about, so McGregor Cerrone isn't happening.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Oh.
Because it had to be co-main event.
It was going to be a co-main event, innit? So it wasn't even going to be the main event of the fight, a card. It was going to be a co-main.
Because it's not a belt, and ESPN want it all to be a belt if for a main.
Now tell me that's bollocks, Georgia.
That is bollocks.
How can you, if McGregor's fighting, you put him on
How
the
are
main
ESPN
event?
that retarded though? That's what I don't
Yeah,
understand.
like you could make so much bank off him fighting Cerrone, yet you're just like, oh, I'm going to put him in a co-main event because he ain't got a belt. The guy should be main eventing every fight now until he dies. Really?
That means that ESPN are basically saying he has to fight Khabib. If McGregor's going to fight, he has to fight Khabib because it's going to be for a belt. They're not going to put McGregor not for a main event.
Yeah, that does make
So
sense.
therefore they're basically saying he's only going to fight Khabib, where he's not fighting.
I mean, the McGregor Cerrone thing, I don't know. I wasn't even on board anyway, to be honest. Like,
I didn't care that much.
I don't know who he can fight.
I don't really care that much about McGregor fighting anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what headspace he's in, to be honest. Like, it just depends how long he leaves him, what kind of fight he wants. I've heard from what I've listened to, he wants Khabib. He wants the Khabib rematch in November.
I tell you what, when we were watching the fights card this weekend, right? He said we had an argument. He said that if McGregor Khabib was to fight again, they'd get exactly this. They'd get the same pay-per-view numbers as the first fight, and I was like, no,
I think it would,
because it wouldn't have anywhere near as much hype behind it. People just aren't. McGregor's not in the news as much. Like, people just wouldn't know. Not as many people would tune in.
I just still think it would draw the same amount of numbers. I don't know what. I can't give you my reasoning why. I just think it would, to be honest.
Unless, like, they just suddenly restarted, like, beef and it was even bigger than last time. But I just don't. That's, like, impossible. I don't even get it. What do you think?
So McGregor Khabib.
Say it got announced today.
Got the biggest pay-per-view numbers, 2.4 million in UFC history ever. My argument is that if they fought again, they would do the same amount of pay-per-view numbers. I think that. He doesn't think it'd be, like, close. It'd be, like, over, like, 1.6, like...
Yeah, it'd be very big.
But it wouldn't be as big.
It couldn't be as big. Like, McGregor's just not as big, and it's just not as big a name.
But I didn't think... I know you said this is different, but McGregor-Nate is very different. I didn't think he'd beat the first fight, numbers-wise, because McGregor didn't even talk shit, really, in the second bit, and they still beat the first fight.
No, but that was so much different because after McGregor lost, McGregor's kind of got big. Like, he was talked about all the time. Like, when's McGregor coming back? What's he gonna do next time in the rematch? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, there hasn't been that with this. No one was like, I want to see that again. When McGregor lost to Diaz, as soon as that fucking happened, you thought, fuck, they're gonna do it again. What's gonna happen? No one's really done that this one. The second fight had the story there. Whereas the first fight didn't have the story in the McGregor Diaz. There was no story. It was just they was chatting a little bit of shit. There was no story to it.
Well, no, they made a story out of it, really.
Yeah, but the second fight there was the story.
Yes, I agree.
Whereas in this one, the first fight had the story with Ireland against Russia. There's not a story for this one.
No, but I just don't think you need one. I think he's at that point now where, like, he's just gonna, like, it's like kind of like Mayweather. It's kind of like that where, like, even if you don't talk about him, you still know who he is, and if he's gonna fight, you're gonna watch it regardless.
Yeah, but if Mayweather fought Pacquiao now, it wouldn't be as big as when he fought Pacquiao.
No, but you're talking about two people in their 40s now.
They were fucking 38, 39 when they fought.
Well, how old's Pacquiao now?
40.
Right, but these two are like 30. Like, you're talking about...
Yeah, but that was the biggest card of all
But you're
time.
talking about a rematch, right? If Mayweather and Pacquiao fought... So when did they fight? How many years ago was this? Several years ago.
It was 2014.
Right. So you've got a massive gap. I think the fact that because the fight is... His comeback, like, fight is against him, there'll be that intrigue of what he could do better.
Even if they did a rematch after
But
that,
his
they wouldn't
comeback
have.
fight was Khabib.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, his, like... The rematch of it, if you know what I mean. Like, his... Like, what could he do better than what he couldn't do in the first fight?
Ferguson deserves that chance.
No, that... Yeah, but I'm talking about if, like, the whole McGregor...
McGregor's lost. Like,
The
thing is with McGregor,
but I'm talking about, like, so what my argument is about the pay-per-view point. It's not about, like, if he deserves... I don't think he deserves... I think he should fight Khabib should fight Ferguson. That's the fight I've been wanting to see for about fucking 4 years.
But when McGregor's lost, right, like, he lost to Diaz, and you thought, but he went up 2 divisions. And then when he lost to Mayweather, it's like, but it's against the pound-for-pound #1 boxer. It's in boxing, obviously. When he lost to Khabib, it's like, and then you don't have anything. It's just, we lost.
No, there is. You got to think, right? So he's at the cage for how long? When did he fight Eddie?
Yeah,
2 years.
Yeah, you could say, he was out the. Well,
like, he wasn't. To me, right? His trainers were like, he was not training that whole time. After he beat Eddie, he went on like a rampant, I think, where he just
definitely weren't training all the time.
No,
I
don't think he was zoned in. I think he fought Khabib because he knew that it was just the fight to make. I don't think he was there all there in that. I don't think that's my opinion.
Definitely had a mad long training camp for that.
He had a mad
Which he
long.
like went all
Yeah,
out.
he had a mad long training camp, but I don't think he was like there. Heads like his timing was off. Like everything was just a little bit off with him. I think
Why would he be there in the next fight?
because he lost. He lost the fight.
But he was coming off a loss. Like,
No, but you're talking about he's lost to Khabib. Now he's coming like he wants to fight. Like now his head would be there.
I
because
just think he's gone. Like out. I think his head's out of the game, and I think everyone knows that his head's out of the game. I just don't think you can sell it as much. I really don't.
I think you still would. I think he still would draw the same pay per view. I can't.
He's
like I
always
said, I
been
can't tell you
He's
why.
always been so passionate. Like when he fought Mayweather, it was like, I am boxing. Like he was so like, you're like, fuck. It's the fucking boxing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you believed what he said. Like now you just know that he's not that interested. So it's completely different. You can't buy into it as much because.
Well, it's funny now you say that because like I see like there's loads of like news about MMA, like because they always report when McGregor tweets. I think it's kind of weird when they report he tweets.
Yeah.
It's a bit bizarre. And he's like tweeting like all the fighters like he tweeted out Anthony Smith was like, oh, you're like a warrior, blah blah. You survive.
Yeah.
And I'm
being,
like, it's a
really
bit
nice.
cheesy, like considering he fucking flabbergasted all, like he just fucking pummeled all of them, like when he was on his way up, talking shit about everybody, and now he's like congratulating someone who got his ass whooped, kind of thing. It's weird. It's weird. Like I don't know. Like it's not. It's a bit strange the way he kind of acts. But I think because now he's on top and he thinks like he's the king, he kind of look down. Like I feel like he looks down. He's like, oh, you done well. Well done, mate. Like I know how you feel.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like where his mentality is at the moment. He's kind of like for the sport now. Like whereas before he was just kind of making his own name. Now he's kind of like, I've made my name and let's give back. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. I think Ferguson should fight Khabib. We've had this. The thing is, we've had this debate so many times on here, and we've only done like 7 episodes. That's just the fight to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So what's the other thing? So obviously Usman beat Woodley.
Yeah.
They've announced that Colby's going to be fighting Usman.
Yes.
You like that fight, yeah? To be honest, I know like Colby deserves it. I would have liked to see Colby and Woodley first
I know I will.
to fight Usman. Like I would have liked to see that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense for Colby to fight Usman because there's build up and that, and there's hype.
But there was all that hype of Woodley.
I think Colby. Colby's fine. Yeah, don't worry.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah,
I like that analogy, mate.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, that was great.
Sorry, I was
input,
thinking
mate.
someone else.
Maybe it should be the Me and Georgia podcast.
Yeah, do Askren Till or Masvidal, and then Colby Usman, and then
I wouldn't mind Woodley fighting someone like Ponzinibbio. Or like,
and then Woodley Ponzinibbio.
or Dos Anjos or something like that.
Woodley Ponzinibbio. No,
Makes
Dos
sense.
Anjos has lost a few now. Woodley Ponzinibbio. Ponzinibbio's on a streak. That makes sense. Those 3 matchups, bosh.
Yeah.
I think they'll do them all as well.
We won't get to Usman Colby now, but I mean it's a hard fight for Colby. Very hard. Like they're pretty much the same fight, whereas Usman's just bigger.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think
I'm probably better as well.
it's hard for Colby, but Colby will talk it up. I think Colby's hilarious.
Yeah, I just want to
I
see the
think
build
that'll
up.
be a big hype.
Yeah, I just want to see the build up. Yeah.
Well, I thought Colby when Colby fought Dos Anjos, I thought that'd get big pay per views, but that did fuck all, mate.
Yeah, no.
Right. So yeah, Usman Colby. That's the right fight to make, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So me and you were like talking about this on the group chat and Instagram, but they made Jose Aldo versus Volkanovski.
Yeah,
I fucking love that fight. That fight is gonna be so sick.
That fight's sick.
3 rounds is hard. Like we won't talk about it now.
3 rounds is 50-50.
But I'm a big fan of Volkanovski. He's just a terror, mate. He's so like for someone. Do you hear he used to weigh like 250 pounds and he's 5'6".
Yeah, I know.
He was like a rugby player, innit? Like so crazy. And he's only been in MMA for
Beefy
8
boy,
years.
beefy boy.
Been in MMA 8 years now.
I didn't realise it was that. Yeah, he's like 18 now, I think.
Oh yeah, he's like 19-1 or so. Yeah, is he undefeated?
I think he might have lost like his first fight, one of those things.
But that fight is amazing. Like, what a fight to make. Because, like, to me, if whoever wins that should be the next challenger. Or should fight Frankie or, like, something like that.
Fuck Edgar.
Well, they're
Aldo Edgar again.
Well, then what do you... Yeah, what...
Well, number
it's
3.
weird, because then what do you do if Aldo wins? Well, they're going to make an interim. Because if Holloway's going
Then
up...
you do Aldo Ortega.
Yeah, but then you do... But then you kind of leave Frankie out. Like, Frankie's up there. He's up there. You can't say he's not.
Then you can do Edgar Volkanovski.
Well, that's involved. See, that's weird kind of how that works. I don't know what you're going to do.
Edgar's been out of the game a while. I don't know.
Well, he's calling for a title shot. But I'm like, really? Like, I don't know.
New.
But Volkanovski Aldo is is a banging fight. That's happening on that UFC 237 card in Brazil.
Yeah.
So there's 2 other fights I want to talk about on that card. So now it's Anderson Silva's fight on it against Jared Cornier.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
He's gonna get fucked up.
No,
Silver.
you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we always say that, but then he fucking somehow like comes out smelling like roses. Like,
Nah, because Cannonier would just fucking go after him. Like,
hopefully he makes it ugly. Like, I want to see Anderson in an ugly fight, to be honest.
yeah, I can't see Anderson winning anyway.
What do you think, George? Do you have any input on?
She doesn't know who
Oh, you don't know
Cannonier
who Cannonier is, do you?
No,
Really?
I didn't know Anderson.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So this got announced today. In the same card, Clay Guida versus BJ Penn, innit?
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
Yeah, swear down, innit?
Fuck that. That's just bullshit.
I think Clay Guida will...
Clay Guida will fucking walk all over him anyway.
You're high on Clay Guida, aren't you?
I think Clay Guida's alright, yeah. He's
I
actually
just think,
alright.
I think he's a bit stiff. Like, he's just been...
Yeah, but he actually does alright. Like, he does alright. He was fucking up Ortega, you know.
He wasn't... He was doing well.
He was beating Ortega until the last fucking final minutes when Ortega choked him out.
He wasn't fucking him
He was
up.
beating Ortega until the final minutes.
He was doing well. He wasn't fucking him up. What, so like...
No,
fuck
but
him
he
up,
was
is that what
he
you
was
want?
clearly winning.
He was winning, but you can't say he was
Yeah,
fucking him
but
up.
think about
you
that.
Can't tell it. You
No,
can't say-
no, but he was winning though. But
He
think
was
about
winning,
that.
but it wasn't like, oh, he's proper winning. It was
Yeah,
kind of like... It was kind of like...
Yeah, I'm just okay. He was winning.
Okay. But then he got finished,
But think
didn't
about Ortega.
Yeah.
Ortega's like fucking.
he? Yeah, but
one
who
in
did
the
he
world.
fight before that? That was like his first, like, quote-unquote test. Who did he fight before that? That was
No,
like
he
his...
had a few in the. He had a few in the UFC.
Against who?
I don't know. I didn't watch his first few fights.
Oh, no, to be fair, he beat Brandao before. And he beat Tavares. Good thing.
It was there. Yeah.
So we got Tavares.
It was his 4th UFC fight.
What's Drosten? What did he get tested for? Drosten on?
He's been popped for steroids, you know, Ortega.
That's mad.
And everyone's like, you need to look fucking jacked to be on steroids.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you actually don't. Even I know that, to be fair. Ropey fucking...
No, but it's actually solid.
Yeah. Fair enough, mate. Right, do you want to talk about the fights this weekend? There's only like a
Only
few...
the main event.
No, there's like a few fights that are fucking... Oh, my piece of paper's gone. There it is. Right, so I'll go, like, we don't have to talk about, like, but I'll just go through, like, the card. So you got Tim Boach versus Akhmedov. You know,
Yeah.
that's a decent fight. Like, I look forward to that. You got Dariush coming back.
Yeah.
Versus Drew Dober.
Yeah.
That'd be a solid fight. This card ain't bad, you know. You got Ivanov versus Ben Rothwell.
Yeah, that's
Ben
good.
Rothwell's returning after his hiatus.
Yeah.
He got a pop though, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I wonder how he look.
well, yeah, it would be weird to see how he looks. And then you got Tim Means versus Nico Price.
That'll be fight of the night.
Yeah, that'll be a great fight. And then this one I'm looking forward to. That Dos Santos, I don't know who it really is, but versus Curtis Melinda. I'm high on
But
Curtis.
Dos Santos is really good, you know. I know you've seen a lot of Melinda. I've seen a lot of that Dos Santos. Dos Santos is like really fucking athletic, and so is Melinda.
That'd be a great fight.
That'd be
I'm
really
high on Melinda, especially when he's striking. Very.
This Dos Santos has got mad striking as well.
I see.
Yeah, he's got a fucking mad. Who is it that he fucking will kicked in the face? I go Curtis Melinda, because Melinda's beat. Alright, we're going. Oh, it was the tall guy, Sean Strickland.
Okay. KO spinning wheel kick. What?
Yeah.
He beat Max Griffin as well.
Look, he
And Lyman-
TKO'd Akhmedov.
Yeah.
Beat that Lyman Good, who's like the one that's come
he's
across.
on a bit of a streak to be
And he
fair.
beat Max Griffin, and then he's spinning fucking wheel kicks.
And
Sean
he
Strickland.
KO flying knee punch.
He's had 3 fight of the night, so look. He was the Jungle World Champion.
Oh, he's a dirty fighter.
Split decision there. That's the guy that Darren Till fought, Nicholas Dalby.
Yeah, and he's like he drew with, didn't he?
Yeah.
Where's his fucking? It's alright. Go on here, and then go on Curtis Melinda's record. So Curtis Melinda, 31. Knocked out Thiago Alves, beat Max Griffin, and beat Barazuda.
He's good actually. That CR Barazuda.
Well, he's on a bit of a streak at the moment. Even though he's been in other promotions, he's won like they're on good win streaks. Them two. That'd be a great fight. And then obviously, if you want to dissect, we'll go Dos Santos and.
I tell you what,
Derek
I'm putting a bet on fucking Derek Lewis. He's 2-1. That fight's 50-50, and Derek Lewis is 2-1.
Yeah, I think realistically, Dos Santos should kind of pick him apart, but Derek Lewis is just too unpredictable.
I just think in a fight like that, it's who's better at taking a shot, and it's clearly Lewis. So I've got Lewis all day. Dos Santos can't take that many good shots anymore.
It kind of depends how Dos Santos can. If he, Dos
Santos will be like he'll get the better of it. Do you know what I mean? But he's gonna get caught.
Yeah, he'll go in for exchanges and then
like he'll catch Lewis, but Lewis will take him easy. I think. I doubt he's gonna fucking KO Lewis.
I'll put Lewis
2-1. I think that's crazy.
I like Lewis anyway.
That's the bet.
But I think Junior, for him, I think he just kind of has to stay away from his punching power. If he stays away from that right hand, then he's okay. I think he'll win. Like whether he finishes him or he'll go like 5 rounds. Because if it goes 5 rounds, it could be a bit boring in the later rounds.
Yeah.
But with Derek Lewis, he just one shot.
Yeah.
And it's just over. Like so. I will slide with Lewis on that one, but it's a fun card. I like the card. I like the 6 fights. They're very like weird, It's kind of like an indie kind of card, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like an indie card.
The underground people.
Yeah, anyone that's hardcore fans will watch this. So Georgia won't be.
No.
Oh, you fired Georgia.
No, Georgia, allow
Georgia, that's butters, man. Like you come back after like a couple of weeks and you think it's acceptable to fart on our
Stink the place
podcast.
out. In my fucking
This is your
flat.
podcast as well, and you're farting
In my
on
flat.
it. Is this how you want to be represented? As a fart machine? Everyone's going to know you as Georgia the fart
I'm not
machine.
coming back.
She quit instead of getting fired, didn't it?
I quit this week.
So you're putting bet on Derek Lewis.
Yeah. I haven't seen the other bets on it, but I just saw he went 2-1.
I won't ask you if you'll watch because we all know that.
No.
Oh no, you'll be partying. To be fair.
Oh, is it on Saturday?
Yeah.
Well, we'll be together.
Yeah, you're going.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm with my uncle and auntie. Like, so I'll probably meet you there.
Yeah.
Are you? Because you're going for pre's, Lawrence, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'll see you at the party.
Yeah. That'll be good.
The party.
And then, before we come back on the podcast next week, we'll probably have seen Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Sick.
Oh, Sean's buzzing. Look at
You
him.
coming?
No.
Oh, what? I thought you were like the biggest fan.
No, it's like cinema's like 15 quid now. Fuck you. Not see that shit.
Oh no, I'm going for free, innit?
Why?
I got the gift card, innit?
Oh, yeah.
I still got like £15 worth on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm going for free, bro. Can't wait. Should be sick.
Nah.
Like apparently Rotten Tomatoes gave it like.
So they bum off all the fucking Marvel films.
Yeah, because they're fucking sick. You're just missing out, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I think you need to give one of them a shot, innit?
Alright, yeah.
Well, no, to be fair, you've watched like Ant-Man, haven't you?
Ant-Man, yeah. I've seen like Spider-Man.
The new one?
Yeah, the cartoon.
Oh, no.
No, I've seen Spider-Man though. I've seen a Spider-Man, like with the
A Spider-Man.
with the main Spider-Man, isn't it? The best Spider-Man.
Who's that?
The
Because
actor.
everyone has like.
No, but the one that most people like.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
So that's the
Tobey Maguire.
old Spider-Man.
Yeah, I've seen the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the best one, isn't it?
No.
No.
They're the originals. They are sick. But
Love Tobey Maguire, but no.
do you think the Homecoming was better?
I haven't seen Andrew Garfield. I think Tom.
No, the Tom Holland one I'm on about.
I need to stop this before we
yeah.
get in a
Did
conversation
you like that
about
one? I did
Marvel.
like
Did you think it was the best one? Better than.
I need to see Andrew Garfield.
See, I thought Andrew Garfield's were better than both of them. Just because of the suit designs they did and like stories of them were really good. Yeah, do you know what I
Have
mean?
you
Sean
played-
knows, isn't it?
have you
Sean,
played?
Sean
Yeah.
The thing is, I've basically seen them because
We've talked about it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the storyline is, there's a baddie. And then the baddie, you go, fuck, this guy's sick. He's going to clearly beat Spider-Man. And then he looks like he's going to beat Spider-Man. Spider-Man gets in trouble. And then fucking Spider-Man saves the day. Oh, shit.
But then in Infinity War, that didn't happen, to be fair.
Yeah,
a lot of
that's the
them
one I
died,
watch.
mate. He makes me laugh when he comments on that. Like all them kind of like films.
Let me guess as well, Spider-Man has like a little love affair on the side whilst everything's going on. Oh.
Not in Homecoming, actually. He don't, does he? Well, to be fair, do you remember the bit where he goes to the prom and then fucking the dad opens the door? Do you remember that? In the Homecoming one, do you remember when he dates the girl?
No.
No, the mixed race girl. No?
No.
No, I remember.
No.
Wow.
So memorable, that film.
Yeah, fucking hell. That made me look stupid. Anyway. But yeah, that's about it. We need to think of before the next podcast. We should think of like an entrance.
Yeah.
Tune, innit? Like, Jordan, start singing in it.
No, I can't sing.
I can't noise.
Should we just record you two?
The entrance music could be this fucking guy that lives above me, just fucking stamping his feet on the fucking
He's
ground.
been doing it this whole podcast as well. He'll always be known as the guy upstairs making all that noise, isn't it?
What's he doing up there, man?
Wanking.
That's what he does.
Oh, he's definitely just like jumping up and down, just like wanking at the same time.
How can you be? What's that noise like that you can be that loud? That is jumping, isn't it?
I wonder if you can hear us.
No, he's still making like little foot.
No, you won't be.
But has he been doing?
I've never heard him
like
speak.
every day now.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd go up there and be like, "What are you doing?" I would literally go upstairs and be like, "What should we do it off the podcast?" We'll let everyone know next week.
All right.
Find out next week what happens.
All right.
So peace out.
Peace out, everyone.
Bye.